Hey there YouTube, Elite Legionarii here, bringing you a 1 vs 1 for Total War Rome 2. This time will be Rome versus Carthage, a pretty classical matchup here. So my army is more or less a rush build. Well, originally it was a rush build, but I had to alter it because I tried using it about 3 times, or two or three times after I sort of decided to go with this build. I'll just go to slow-mo here while I explain this. And the problem was, every one of my opponents would either choose like Macedon or a pike toadying faction and then just spam a noob box, and I had no missiles, and it's not a build that works well against a noob box. It's just not got the breaking power. It does have a lot of power, even if you amass it all on a point though. Noob boxes are so powerful if you don't have any missile units. If you have no missile units, the chances of breaking a noob box are practically none. So that really annoys me, to be honest, and so many players are doing it at the moment. It's kind of, I'm seeing, I think I've fought like 3 and some days of 3 or 4 in a day. It's really stupid. I'm getting tired of it, to be honest. So I bought 2 Balearic Slingers. Originally I would have had 2 Gladiator Spearmen, but I dropped them for Balearic Slingers just in case my opponent was deciding to do that. So that's my little kind of rant for today. So I have 3 units of Praetorian Guard. I have 1 unit of Armoured Legionnaires and 1 unit of regular Praetorians, so got a bit different armour. That's about it though. Then I have 3 units of Gladiators. Coming up here on the flank, I might just go top speed now, which are a really good unit. Very high attack, very, very deadly. Very good about flanking force, which is the plan. I have 4 Praetorian Cav, and I have 1 African Elephant. And of course my general, the 2 Balearic Slingers. And the 2 Balearic Slingers, the original build was, instead of those 2 Balearics, was 2 Gladiator Spearmen. It was a complete rush, whereas I've had to alter it because I got tired of the noob box spam that I had to keep facing, which I wasn't having much success against. So my opponent's got, I believe it is 4 sacred, is it 2 Sacred Band, or was it 4? 4 Sacred Band guarding the flanks, and upper century's got African pikemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 African pikemen. Then he has 3 units of Carthaginian cavalry there, I think, and 2 Carthaginian cavalry and a noble cav for his general. Over this side he has a unit of African war elephants, and then 2 more Carthaginian cavalry. So I was pretty confident that I could win this cavalry fight. Let's have a look at these stats on these guys. 23 attack, 32 defense, my Praetorian cav, 34, 32. Charge bonus is 30 for them, and it's 38 for me, so armor's better. So yes, Carthaginian cavalry is not as good as Praetorian cavalry. There's a bit of a problem for me. I think Carthage should have cavalry that's at least as good as Praetorian cavalry. I think Carthage should have more cavalry than Rome. I think Carthage should have a slightly better cavalry selection than Rome. It's just my opinion. Carthage was quite well known for using cavalry against Rome, and it was the advantage Carthage often had over Rome, but it doesn't appear to be so in this game. So it's something I don't really like. And also I'm going to be able to use Draco, which gives them a bonus versus cavalry, and then like reduces the enemy's fighting ability at the same time. So I'm going to have a pretty easy fight, the cavalry fight really, and I've got an elephant unit to assist. I'm not concerned about this African elephant because I know if I just use my gladiators I can swamp it. And anyway, my opponent does use his elephant all wrong here, although he gets very fortunate with how long it lasts. But anyway, here I'm using my Balearic Slingers to just mass fire down to this. I've already knocked down 18 men out of this unit, so I'm just going to keep that up. But I'm not going to be so silly as to fight these pikes frontal, because I won't win that. You should never do that with pikes at all, ever with sword infantry. You have to try and outflank it. So what I've done is I've taken the high ground of the field as much as I can. I'm going to keep shifting to try and get it. Here I'm going to get my charge in, and I'll put Draco down in a moment. So there's the charge between our guys, and I put Draco down at this stage, and I brought my elephants in. I want to breach this right away. This is how you use the elephants. You toss them into a cavalry fight. Use them to support your own cavalry. You'll watch how quickly the enemy cav will suffer under it. Here my opponent just ball charged his elephants straight into my line, which is never how you want to use them. He did do a bit of damage because he caught me slightly out of position, but this Armoured Legionnaire took 40 casualties because he caught it in the side. Now what he should have done is immediately rush, which he actually is doing, so I'll take that back. But he got very, very fortunate. But if you look at these African elephants, they are falling very quickly. But normally they'd fall much quicker than this. He got very fortunate they lasted as long as they did. I pull my guys back here though, because I don't want them to get stuck. So there you go. Complete waste of elephants. You do not want to do that with your elephants. It is not how you use them. Whereas if you look at my guys over here, they haven't even taken a single casualty, and his cavalry is getting absolutely smashed. I'm out flanking it over here, and it's just breaking everywhere. And my own cavalry is, where are they? Praetorian cavalry. So, I'm not taking a heap of casualties, whereas he's just breaking very quickly. So that's how you want to use elephants. So he charges me here. I don't really have time to reform my lines because he charges me, but my Praetorians won't have trouble with the Sacred Band. But what's happened now, he's going to try and cluster on my point, but I've been able to free all of my gladiators. And I'm sending 2 units of my other infantry around here. I've got my general up in support, whereas his general is over here and it's routing. And that's basically what helps them survive in this fight so long. Even though I easily won it, his general kind of kept him going there. But now, I'm able to catch these guys out of formation, and you never want that. So my gladiators will kick some serious ass here. Now I'm going to get the flank with my gladiators, and believe you me, you don't want gladiators getting your flank because they are nasty on the flank, a really nasty piece of work. He's left reserves, but over here I've been able to catch his Sacred Band off guard as well, my Praetorians, and Praetorians are better than Sacred Bands. So here's some pretty sweet fights between my Praetorians and Sacred Bands. I love these blood effects, are so cool. I haven't yet spotted a decapitation though. So he's pretty badly outflanked here, and my Praetorians and Armoured Legionnaires are doing great from the front because he's got the Sacred Band, not allowing him to use his pikes, and now I've been able to free up another one of my Praetorians over here. Over here, his cavalry does regroup, which was kind of irritating, but I use Draco again, so I should be able to deal with those. And I sent my elephants through, and I'm going to kill that unit of cavalry that's isolated over there. Got my general in support to try and help, but now I'm going to be able to outflank. What the heck? I don't recall having that unit selected, sorry. This unit. There we go, so I got a flank of his pikes there, my Praetorians, so that should be an easy victory. And as you can see, look at that, straight in the gut there by that gladiator. And as you can see, the whole Carthaginian group is completely routing. So you don't want to take pikes head on, get round them flanks. It's not always easy to do actually. Pikes can move quite fast at times, but once you get it, you're alright. So, I don't know what was going on there. I think I was trying to hit a flank charge while he had his back turn, but I didn't do it too well. But it doesn't matter now because I completely encircled his infantry corps and my Roman infantry will cream them. So my Praetorians got a bunch of kills, and my Gladiators got a bunch of kills, and my Praetorian cavalry got a bunch of kills, although they're going to rout over here, interestingly. Oh, it's because he got a Sacred Band in. I don't think I noticed that. So he must have got Sacred Band infantry in, so that changes the field a bit. But it doesn't really matter much. My Praetorians over here should destroy his pikemen. I went from the front here though, well, sort of, and although I did manage to just win it, I took some pretty heavy losses there, so we had to see some pretty brutal blood effects there, but I had my elephant support, so that's probably why it turned my fight. But you never want to go pikes from the front if you can help it, and apparently that's a close defeat. I don't know what the hell that's about. That's annoying because clearly I won that fight. He had no infantry left, he had no cavalry left. So please ignore that, guys. That was at the time it said it was a decisive victory, so I have no idea what that's about. I hate this kind of crap that shows up. It really annoys me. CIA really needs to fix it, but that was a decisive victory. You saw it was a decisive victory. I had routed all his infantry, still had tons of my own left, and he only had like one cavalry and one infantry unit left, which I would have easily been able to destroy. I still had my Balearics, still had my elephants. So good game to my opponent, but basically you just want to outflank pikes, basically, and that's what gladiators are very good at that. I love gladiator games, they're fun. But anyway, please ignore the close defeat. It should say decisive victory because that's what I said it was. Good game to my opponent. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon next time.